Action!
Greetings, fellow outsiders, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright, AceAttorney Trilogy. I think today we are going to be finding ourselves back in court with Maya, and also seeing a little bit more of Miss April May, who is very fun to voice and also has adorable character design. So let's go ahead and get started. September 7th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 1. Oh my god, he's here! Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I'd better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder, and we have witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts in this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then. If we may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Sir! My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. The body was found by this window here. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. Murder weapon was a statue of the thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hands, sir. The court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. Floor plans added to the court record. Now, detective. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir! I had hard evidence she did it, sir! Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. Witness testimony, Maya Fey's arrest. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. The very moment, you say. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Whoosh. Smack! Hey, Mike just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness's testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. All right, let's give it a try. Okay, so we just have to, object to everything. Hold it! To everything he says. Something the matter? No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. Cross-examination. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. Hold it! Who did you say you got a call from? Hey, pal, don't play dumb, you know who. The call was from a customer at the Gatewater Hotel, right across from the crime scene. Okay, I pressed. Not sure it did much, though. Right, please continue. There were 2 people there already. Hold it! Detective Gumshoe, how long would you say it took between you receiving the call and your arrival at the scene of the crime? Right. It was about 3 minutes. That's pretty fast. Our motto this month is quick response. That's how I got there before the killer got away. Indeed. So tell us who the 2 people you found at the scene were. Yes, sir. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Hold it! That's me! Are you absolutely sure it was us? Listen, pal, your dumb act will only get you so far. With your funky hippie clothes and your spiky hair, yet you stand out like suspicious people at a crime scene. Well, he does have a point about her. Me, however, with my spiky hair. She is pretty unmistakable. I should pick my points to press with a little bit more care. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Hold it! Why is that? What's your reason? Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. I can't see a single contradiction in there. I just have to take Maya's advice and press him on anything suspicious. That's what I'm doing, though. Except I suppose I just need to choose wisely with what I do. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. Is it the last thing that we have to press on? Hold it. Hold on, just 1 second. Oh, it is. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Huh? Did I say that? Me. I heard you say it. You did say it. You said it. Exactly. What about the suspicious woman in pink's claim was hard evidence? What? Miss Maya isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't pink, pal. Or Miss May. Well, I guess she is pink. That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? I guess pressing can have its advantages. Yes. Oh, God. Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Well, Detective, let's hear your testimony again. Witness testimony, part 2. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. How you like that? That's my hard evidence. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor. Why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time? I know. I'm real embarrassed. I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Cross-examination. Part 2. Hard evidence. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. I'm gonna press on this one. Hold it! Detective Gumshoe, do you get a lot of cases where the victim actually writes out the killer's name? Sure, it happens all the time in books and in movies. This isn't a movie, Detective. Oof. Let's talk about reality, shall we? I guess I haven't heard of many cases, no. Don't you find it a little odd that the victim would write down a name? Especially the name of her own sister? Yeah, actually, you got a point, pal. Objection! Stop right there. The witness's opinion on the matter is irrelevant. The facts are clear. The victim wrote down the name of the accused. The victim told us the name of her killer. Order! Order? That didn't go so well. That's right. What he said. That's his whole testimony. Okay, there has to be a contradiction in there somewhere. Let's find it. You know what? I'm gonna press on a lot of these because I'm not seeing the contradiction quite yet. Hold it. On which hand was the... that could be important too. On which hand was the bloody finger, Detective? The right hand? She was right-handed. Nice try. Oh. Guess it wasn't too hard to see what I was getting at there. Let's press on this. What kind of tests were these again? Huh? What kind, well... I hear they take the little bits in the blood that are, hemoglobins? Hemogoblin bobble? I refuse to testify on this matter, pal. I'm no expert on blood tests. Yes, that was quite clear. You may continue with your testimony. Thanks, pal. I mean, Your Honor, sir. Detective Gumshoe? Yeah? I look forward to your next evaluation, as should you. Edward, is that a threat? Oh, that was a mess. Right, Where was I? That's his whole testimony. Okay, I think I've selected every single one except I think it's like the third one or something that I have to do. After securing the suspect, I imagined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. Is this gonna be like what was on the paper? I bet that's what it is. Hold it. Just because you found it next to the body doesn't mean the victim wrote it. Ho, then who did write it, smarty pants? Who? The killer, Miss May, or I did? It could have been the killer or Miss May. Miss May is on the other side. I could say I did, but I don't think that's gonna be logical, so the killer. The killer? Anyone can see that. Oh. You're saying the killer wrote her own name? Buddy, please. She was framed? Hold on. If that's the case, where's your evidence? I guess that was a bit of a tall order of you. Those without evidence shouldn't open their mouths, right? Yeah, pal. Ugh. Well, detective, tell us what's written on that memo you found. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in red. Have I done everything? So I think I have to do something with the evidence here. Death was instantaneous. Can I present this? On the victim wrote the killer's name one? Objection! Detective Gumshoe. There's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say that the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey. That's really what you're saying? What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course you wrote her. Who else could have? You have it backwards, detective. But backwards. The victim is the only person who absolutely could have not written it. This is a report from your department, detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. But... No butting your way out of this one, detective. Order? The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? When? The day of the murder? The day after the murder? I forget. I think it was the day after the murder. It was the day after the murder. The prosecution's point being... Oh my god. Oh my god, Edgeworth. That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? The second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object, but there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. No way! Your Honor, yes way. This is quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. I see. Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say? You're a sham, Edgeworth? The detective's a sham? I'm a sham! You're a sham, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth, I've heard there's nothing you won't do to get your verdict. What reason could you possibly have to request a second autopsy report? Mr. Wright, the defense will refrain from personal attacks on the prosecution. No matter, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, say what you will. The evidence in this report is undeniable. Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence. Autopsy report updated into the court record. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes? Oh, thank you. Darn, this isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? Edgeworth. Witness, your name, please. April May. At your service. Order. An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wonton winking. Yes, Your Honor. This is not good. He's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred?
Oh, gee. I was, like, in my hotel room. I checked in right after lunch.
And this hotel is directly across from the Fay & Co. law offices?
Mm-hmm. That's right, big boy.
Please testify to the court about what you saw.
Witness testimony.
Witness account.
It was like, 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, you know? And then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was that mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she got up to her and she hit her. Then the woman with long hair, she kind of slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little itsy witsy. Wink.
Well, Your Honor, I see. It's a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witnesses any— What, wait, Your Honor. Cross-examination. Yes, Mr. Wright. What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm. Oh my God. Didn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia Fay's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. A cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Hey, how dare you? Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? Yeah! I'm doing it. I'm gladly going to proceed with the cross-examination. If only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. Just to have some weakness. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. Okay. Witness's account.
It was like 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, you know?
Let me look at the evidence that we have so far. Death from a blunt object. We don't have a time of death right now. The murder weapon. We have the wire trap. We have that and that. Okay, floor plans. Wait, let me check the floor plans. Okay, so we have the map that we can look at. And then the phone call, it looks like we can also check. And then the other stuff is like the wiretap, which is going to be connected to her in some way. I don't know if we're going to have to press her on it in this specific testimony, but let's look.
It was like 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, you know.
Let's press, because I don't know if the time is going to be correct for this one. Hold it! Why did you do that?
Huh? Why? Like, why what?
Why did you look out the window? Were you expecting to see something?
Gee.
What, that's it? You can't get out of this question that easily.
I sort of, you know. I had a feeling.
Well, I have a feeling she's trying to avoid the question. Maybe I should press a little harder on this one? Let's go for it. Let's see how far I can run with this. Surely you must have had a reason to look out your window at that time of night. Objection! Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness. I'm questioning her. Badgering? You insist on needling her with these trivial questions. I really don't think it should be allowed. Yeah, stop him! The poor girl. Order. Mr. Wright, you have been warned. Poor girl? What about poor me? You looked out the window. What did you see next?
And then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked.
Hold it! The woman with the long hair, that was Mia Fay?
Slender, sort of. Well, some people might say pretty if that's your thing.
Your thing. And the person attacking her?
The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair.
Hold it! How did you know she was the defendant?
Huh? Oh, well, you know. She had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay?
There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor. He's right. Yep, he's right, or I question the testimony. can question it. We might get like a warning from the court. I don't know that we're gonna get penalized for doing this. Hold on a minute. That testimony stinks.
What?
Miss May, I'm willing to bet that you saw nothing or you're lying. Ooh, which one is it? I'm gonna go with you saw nothing. Did you really see the defendant at all? Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this?
Yes, what's the meaning? Somebody tell me because I'm clueless about this, I mean.
Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. So dramatic. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis except her. And I'm no expert in fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. Why are we just roasting her? However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus.
But...
Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May?
What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling.
Miss May, the court would like to remind you, please omit nothing in your testimony.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise.
Your testimony again, if you would. Damn, I almost had her. Witness testimony. All right, we get another April May testimony.
I did see everything. I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her, and she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock. That statuey clock? The thinker, I think? Well, does that accuracy of my report not startle you? Teehee.
How did she know it was a clock? If she was in the gatewater, because it looks like a statue. I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination. I will, Your Honor. I will. I know exactly what I'm going to press this time. I'm not going to be clueless this time. Saw everything. The woman dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then she ran after her and she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock. Hold it. Clock. Didn't this come up in another testimony recently?
Well, don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all.
No, but I have a feeling I'm onto something now. That clock? Do I need to present her with a clock, maybe? Let's do this. Objection! Objection! Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing.
Revealing?
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Naughty Mr. Lawyer. You just said that the statue of the thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock too. And he was found guilty of murder. Order, order. Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock?
Oh,
The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with the trivial concerns. Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. Objection! But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. Oh, that was close. If he stopped me there, the trial would be over.
Huh? What? So, what happens now?
What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock?
What? That's... because, I heard it. Yeah, I heard it say the time.
Because the clockwork was taken out of it. So you've been to the law offices of Fay & Co.
No. Hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room.
The law offices of Fay & Co. where the murder took place is very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied?
No, I'm not.
No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because she couldn't have heard it. It couldn't have rung. Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. It's empty, it's broken, it's empty. It's empty. That clock is missing the clockwork. And I have a phone call to prove it. How could you possibly? Just take a look right now. Oh, see anything interesting, Your Honor? It is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big fat liar. Fat? Well, Miss May? Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow, he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty, as you say. It can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there's no contradiction. That's true. It is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? I actually can! So I have a phone call. Oh, it's impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Oh, I love to see you flustered, Edgeworth. Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you'd like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is this phone call. Wait. Present. Take that! Take that! Take a look at this. That's a very cute cell phone. Oh, you have a girly phone. Wait. This isn't my phone, okay? Listen. This is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. Order. The defendant's cell phone. This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. A good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation. Beep. So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you then? If you could. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? Oh, that's lame. I had to take out the clockwork, sorry. September 5th, 9:27 a.m. Beep. Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain to the court? Just how did you know that the weapon was a clock? Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was that in again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot. So the witness had seen it before? That would make sense. Actually not, because it was made by Larry Butts. Does the defense have any objections? Yes, I do. I very much do. The witness claims she has seen it before. But this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court. Well then, let's see it. Please produce this evidence that will prove the witness has not seen this clock before. The Thinker, made by Larry Butts. Present. Take that! Take that! It's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever. What? A friend of mine made that clock. Only two exist in the entire world. And the one that isn't here is in police custody. Impossible. Everything is sold in stores. Miss May, I think it's a high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, excuse is not on sale today. Oh, Phoenix! With the comebacks. Now she's mad.
What's it to you, Porcupine Head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die!
Miss May. Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm.
Silly me. Did I, lose it? I guess I did.
Scary. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Does the defense have any opinion on this behavior? Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because you had heard about it. Because she had the wiretap in her room. I think that's the best thing. The witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock. She heard. That is correct, Your Honor. There is no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof. Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me evidence proving that the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock. It's the wiretap! Oh yeah. Take that! Have a look at this. He's so smug. I found this in Miss May's room. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Faye's phone, were you not? Your Honor, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that a witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does this defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which it's not, you should still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah? I think I can. What's simple? What? Here's my proof. The proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock is the phone conversation. Is it not just the phone conversation again? I think it is, right? Take that! I present the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. Beep.
Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while.
Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on for me.
Again? What's it this time?
It's a clock. It's made to look like a statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time. Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to the conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong? No, you're right. Phoenix Wright.
Objection!
Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May.
Shut up, all of you. What gives you the right to talk to me like that?
You lawyer.
It's no fair. All of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl, is that it? Is that it?
That did it. The court's seeing the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. You did it, didn't you? Or why the wiretap? Well, we saw in the beginning cutscene that she didn't do it. So I feel like why the wiretap is going to be more useful. Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question.
Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't tippy tapping or irrelevant?
Yeah, She's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. While this court does not condone the defense's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, you have an explanation for the court. Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you tapped her phone? I'd like to see her pull that off.
Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil grin. You were probably thinking, I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you?
Damn, she's good.
Oh, well, you're not the first man who's thought that. And of course I can, and I will.
You can't be serious, no way.
Way, I say, way. Oh, and I assure you, I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killings happened around 9 o'clock at night. Why? That's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy.
Room service?
Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee, you know, like normal coffee, but cold. If you don't drink it quick, ice melts, and then you have regular cold coffee.
Iced coffee.
Think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy.
Ergo, the witness was not at the scene of the murder. Doesn't mean she wasn't involved. So where does that leave us? It is my greatest pleasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She still saw the defendant, Maya Fey, commit the murder. No, I'm gonna just let her walk away. There's no way I can win unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow. Well, does the defense have anything to say? Well, come on, think of something. Well, the bellboy is a witness or continue examining Miss May? What's gonna be the most useful here? We can call it bellboy as a witness. I don't know, maybe continue examining Miss May? Maybe continue examining Miss May. Let's try that. Right, on with the cross-examination. What exactly do you have left to examine, Mr. Wright? Miss April May is admitted to the wiretap, yes. But that bears no relevance on the case at hand. Murder. There's no way you can prove any connection. Uh-oh, this can't be the end. But I'm out of evidence. And I believe the cross-examination is over. Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have any other witnesses to call? None, Your Honor. She's the last. What? What that means? Maya's guilty? Wait, did I just lose the case? Oh, wait, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright. The defense would like to call the bellboy after all. How do you do that? Tisk, tisk. As I thought. May I remind you, dear Mr. Wright, should you question the bellboy and Miss April May's alibi prove to be solid, then by default your client, Miss Maya Fey, will be pronounced guilty. Are you prepared to accept my condition? Edgeworth, he's got me backed into a corner, but I don't see any other way to take this. I accept. Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy. He's got his tea set.
Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service.
A tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony.
Very good, sir. Witness testimony. Miss May's room service. I am the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel, in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee, and I brought it to her at 9 on the dot, sir.
I don't know where this accent is going. I'm sorry, I'm trying to do a French accent, but it's slowly turning into, like, something that's very not a French accent.
I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course, and I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself.
I see. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Right. I'm ready. I hope. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder now, Maya will be finished. Cross-examination. All right, here we go. I'm the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel, in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. Wasn't it 9, though? Let me press on this. Are you sure it was Miss May on the phone?
Absolutely, sir.
How can you be so certain?
I checked Miss May in personally, sir. Not only did I see her in her stunning radiance, but I also heard her voice. And then I saw them. I saw... Point being, I remembered her quite well, sir.
Yes, what then? Saw them? She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot, sir. Wait, do I have evidence for any of this? Not so far. Should I press on this? Let me press. 9 on the dot, you say?
Yes, I confirmed that detail several times. She was watching a program on the TV and I wished to drink after she finished her.
9 o'clock, the time of the murder.
I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself.
Let me press on this one.
Hold it!
Precisely 9 then?
Precisely, exactly, and most definitely, sir. 9 o'clock p.m.
How can you be so sure?
Miss May was quite insistent that it be brought then. Oh, bellboy, tee-hee. I'd like the iced coffee at exactly 9. Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on her door at the crack of 9, sir.
Why would she be so particular about the time? Because she's in on the murder, obviously. And I delivered the iced coffee to the guest, Miss May herself. You are sure it was Miss April May herself?
Absolutely, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine.
How come you're so very certain?
Well, when I brought her the room service, sir, the guest, sir, favored me with an embrasse, sir.
Embrasse? That's French for embrace?
It's French for kiss, sir, but not a French kiss, sir. More of a peck on the cheek.
Well, why would she have done that?
I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my firm demeanor, sir. It was a moment I shall never ever forget, sir.
Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing there.
Is that it?
Wait, I don't get to continue? Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, we'll end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand. Can't let this happen, can I? Protest, of course. But wait, please, wait. Yes, does the defense have something to add? One last question. Let me ask one last question. Your Honor, I must object. The charade of justice has gone on long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. Right, Mr. Wright, I'll give you one more question, that's all. Okay. This is really it now. This is my last chance. What do I ask him about? Check-in, room service, or bed making? What do I ask him? Maybe room service. Let's try it. Is there a way I can save before committing to this? Let's just do room service. Let's just go for it. Tell me again about, room service.
Again, sir. At exactly 9, I delivered room service to Miss May in her room 303. The guest had requested iced coffee, $18 with a charge, I recall.
I see. At $18? Doesn't that seem a bit expensive?
Yes, well, iced coffee for 2, you know. And, we don't skimp on the ice, sir.
What did he say? What did you say?
Rather, quite.
Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Was someone else staying in Miss May's room? I object. That was objectionable. Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question.
Yes, I see.
Why did you not mention this in your testimony?
Well, sir, you didn't ask.
Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention.
Yes, quite, indeed. It was the good barista there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... He asked me not to mention it, if I wasn't specifically asked, sir.
Oh, you fool! Oh, Edgeworth. I've done it. I've won. Miss April May checked into the twin room with a man, correct?
Yes, sir.
Then when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room?
That's right, sir.
Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright, is this other person? Simple. It was Miss April May, the man with Miss May, the bellboy, the man with Miss May. The man who checked in with Miss May. Oh, Your Honor. As has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone, and Miss May herself had an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. My, what a convenient little setup, but it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it were too late, wouldn't you? Edgeworth? After all, it was you who hid the presence of another man from this court. Oh! Upstart. Amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. Enough. The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. That's all today for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. Court is adjourned. Amazing, amazing testimonies. September 7th, 2:24 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1.
Mr. Wright! Oh, you were amazing in there!
Really? Thanks.
I think I might be your newest fan.
Oh, I was just doing my job, you know.
Then again, that other attorney was pretty cool, too.
I know, right, Edgeworth? Oh my god.
That face of his, with his eyes wide and trembling lips, it sent shivers up my spine.
If you say so.
So what happens with me? Do I get to go home now?
Well... No, I don't think so. Not yet.
Oh, I see. But I got a great lead in today's trial. A lead?
That man with Miss May, he's the key.
Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that anyways?
I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. May have to go down and see Miss May. Anyway, this case is far from closed.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna go find out more about this man.
Do you think he was the one who,
Maybe so.
Sis?
Don't worry. I'll find him by tomorrow, I promise.
I'm counting on you.
I asked for a full record of April May's testimony. Thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. But now I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. May, testimony added to the court record, the victim dodged the attack and ran to the right, but she was caught and struck. I did not know how much good this will do me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention center, and it's up to me to set her free. To be continued. Yeah, baby. All right, what an exciting day in court. All right, I'm gonna leave this episode here. And next time we will pick up where we left off here and continue investigating to see if we can figure out what happened exactly between the May sisters that night. The Fey sisters, May? I'm getting confused. There's April May, there's Mia Fey, there's Maya Fey, and then it's all getting jumbled in my head. But anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying this. If you are, be sure to leave a like down below and let me know in the comments. But on that note, I'm going to go ahead and say farewell, friends. Thank you so much for being here. Remember, we're not alone out there, and I'll see you in the next episodes of AceAttorney Phoenix Wright Trilogy. Phoenix Wright, the AceAttorney Trilogy. All right, I had to get it wrong at least once, okay? It's been a couple episodes.
Hold it!